Hi Power Ladies, I'm Caroline, and in this video I'm going to guide you through a short sequence for tree pose. Tree pose it's known as a grounding posture, so it's a posture that allows us to reconnect to the earth, and because it requires some balance and focus, it really lets us connect to our center and to find a sense of calm. So with that, we can get started, and you don't need any props. You don't even need a mat. You just need a space on the floor anywhere in your house, and you're good to go. So we'll start with our feet about hip width apart, and we'll bring one hand to our chest and one to our belly. You can go ahead and close your eyes. And begin to notice your breath. Just allowing gentle inhales and exhales. And feeling the rise and fall of our belly and chest as we continue to breathe. And then bringing your attention to your feet. Can you feel all four corners of your feet pressing firmly into the ground? Can you feel this connection between your body and the earth? And can you allow this foundation, this sense of stability and safety, to spread from the soles of your feet to your ankles, all the way up your legs to your hips, to your belly, to your low back, continuing to rise the length of your spine, to your ribs, across your chest, down your shoulders, to your arms, your wrists, your palms and your fingertips. And finally, to your neck, your jaw, the whole front of your face, the back of your head, and the top of your head. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And open your eyes. You can bring your arms down by your sides. And then start to find just a little bit of a rocking movement in your feet from front to back and side to side. Just exploring the surfaces of our feet on the ground and what happens with the muscles in our legs as we shift our balance. So coming to stillness, bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to shift our weight slowly into our right leg. And as you do that, you can gently peel the heel of your left leg off the ground. And see, as you shifted, did you dump your weight into your standing leg? That's usually what we tend to do. So before we go any further, let's find that foundation back in the standing leg of our foot. Engage the muscles in our thighs and our glutes of the standing leg, and then allow that to lift the front body as we continue to slowly lift the left leg off the ground. You can pause when your knee is at about hip height and maybe flex and roll your ankle. Continuing to breathe here. Maybe you take your hands around your shin and squeeze it into the center. Relaxing your shoulders. Firming down through your standing leg. One more deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And if at any time you want to move to a wall so you can have some support, that's totally fine. We're going to bring our focus again down to our standing foot and then lifting up through that standing leg to recenter. Hands will come back on your hips, and you're going to take your left foot and just turn it out slightly. Your knee is coming out from a diagonal from your hip, and option to stay here. This is a tree pose. Option to lift your foot and bring the sole of your foot to your calf. Hands can stay down by your side to heart center or up overhead. Keep breathing here. Another option is to take this foot and bring it to the inner thigh of your standing leg. If you do this, careful to make sure that your entire foot is either totally above your knee or just keep it down by your calf. You want to avoid pressing into the knee of your standing leg. So if you're going to bring your foot up, sole of the foot meets the inner thigh of the standing leg, and then with equal pressure, we're going to push in, hugging into our center, re-engaging our standing leg. Spine is long. And again, hands can come down by your sides. Keep breathing. Hands can come to heart center. Or hands can come overhead. One more breath here. And then if hands are raised overhead, You can start to slowly bring them down and lower your foot. Take a minute just to shake off both legs. And then we're going to do the other side. So hands come to hips, and you'll slowly shift your weight into your left leg. Right heel rather, begins to lift up off the mat. Pausing here to lift up through that standing foot, to engage the glutes of our standing leg and lift tall through our spine. And then continue to lift the foot up, pausing when the knee is at hip height. Breathing here. Maybe you take your shin and hug that leg in. Shoulders relax. You can point and flex your foot. Maybe make some circles with your ankle. Take another big inhale here, squeezing in. And then exhale, slowly lowering. And then we'll turn our foot, and our knee will come out from a diagonal from our hip. Hands come to our hips. And slowly bring your right foot to the calf. Pausing here. Again, feeling these small muscles in our ankles and our legs to support this posture. Playing with our hands for balance. Continuing to breathe. And then option to slowly lift that foot a little higher to the inner thigh of the standing leg. Same thing, as much as you're pushing the sole of your foot into the inner thigh, your inner thigh is pushing back into that foot for support. This is my more unstable side. So at any time, if you fall out of the posture or one side is different, you need to balance on the wall or bring your foot down to the floor, totally fine. See if you can keep coming back to your breath, continuing to center yourself with your inhales and exhales. A couple more breaths here. And then slowly lowering arms. Whew. Trying not to fall over. Bringing your foot back down to the mat. And then same thing. Give them a little shake. Maybe you lift your heels, lift your toes. Again, finding this solid foundation on the ground. And then we'll take a couple cleansing breaths to close. So on an inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, palms down to heart center. Inhale, palms come up overhead. And an exhale, we'll fold forward, hinging from the hips, keeping a deep bend in your knees. Head and arms hang heavy. One more deep breath here, feeling your belly Fill with air. And on your next inhale, arms come back up overhead. Palms come down to heart center. We close our eyes. And take a minute here to reconnect back to the solid foundation of our feet on the ground. To the gentle flow of our inhales and exhales. Bow forehead to fingertips. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. Namaste.